Who owns the land? This is a topic where those who speak about it most frequently and most passionately also tend to be those whose statistics are the farthest detached from reality. In almost every discussion about land ownership in South Africa, distorted and fabricated figures with regard to land ownership are flung around like a proverbial food fight. This includes the claims that white people own 70 or even that they own 80% of the land in South Africa. Claims such as these have been made by prominent land activists, senior media editors, members of parliament, cabinet ministers, the deputy president, and even the president's so-called expert advisory panel. Usually we are told that land reform has failed, or that the willing buyer, willing seller policy, in other words, the basic preconditions for a free market, have failed because insert fabricated figure on land ownership here. This is completely bogus. Let me explain why. If what you're after is credible information on patterns of land ownership in South Africa broken down by race, you will find that only one credible study has been done on this topic in recent years. According to this study, previously disadvantaged individuals, a reference to black people of course, own 29.1% of the land in terms of value and 46.5% in terms of land potential. Note that this excludes all land owned by trusts and companies. A government study has also been done on this issue. The study is, however, teeming with methodological errors and flawed calculations. But if we were to use this study, we can say that, according to the government study, white people own 72% of the 30.4% of land, which equates to farms and agricultural holdings by individual owners. The finding is thus that white individuals own 21.9% of South Africa's surface, because we are talking about 72% of 30.4%. Usually when these figures are discussed and the 72% figure is raised, the latter part, that's the of the 30.4% held by individual owners, caveat, is usually ignored. It is then frequently and falsely reported or claimed that white people own 72% of all farming land, or even of all of South Africa's surface. This false claim has been repeated in a variety of local and international media, including Bloomberg, the Washington Post, the Los Angeles Times, the Guardian, and many others. On the other hand, the South African government owns and controls about 24.3% of all land in South Africa. Much more than white people, if you were to use that reference. This means that if you were to drive from Cape Town to Musina, which is roughly 2,000 kilometers, and if the land along the side of the road were to be representative of land distribution patterns in South Africa, you would drive past about 500 kilometers of land already owned or controlled by the South African government. Next time someone confronts you about the patterns of land ownership in South Africa, make sure that you are equipped with the facts in order to ensure that the conversation cannot be derailed by distorted or even fabricated figures on land ownership in South Africa. My name is Ernst Ritz, and this is your fact sheet.